Okay, we are streaming now. Alright. So, since we finished Riven last night, I figure we'll just keep the momentum going and barrel right into Exile. Now, unlike Exile, there isn't a remake as far as I'm aware, so this is the actual original game. Should be interesting. Let's get into it.
I realized as our group linked back to Dunny that we should not restore the city as we had planned. The once magnificent buildings lay in ruin, testament to the hatred that had consumed them. Too many people had fallen victim to that hate, to the prejudice and greed from which it sprang. Gazing out across the cavern, I decided to write another age, one that would help the Dunny survivors begin again, free from the tragedies of their past. So with my wife, Catherine, supporting me, I put aside that past to write a future. More than a year has gone by since I finished writing Relishon. I have a new daughter, who I hope will someday link to that age with me. And as I imagine Yisha meeting the Dunny, those brave men and women who are building a new life for themselves, I realize I've been given another chance as well. A chance to learn from my mistakes and leave the past behind me once and for all.
Breathtaking, isn't it? We call it Tamana. We moved here after Atreus finished writing Relishon. He wanted us to have a new home too. I'm so glad to see you. I told Atreus our paths would cross again. He was just going to grab something for your trip to Relishon, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Unless he decides to check over the whole house first, which means he could be hours resetting all his padlocks. But I know he was looking forward to introducing you to the Dunny, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Why don't you wait in his study?
Okay. Like, I'm guessing we're not the same player as before. And why is this such a tiny window? Why isn't it like full screen? We have no graphics options. Game. Zip mode, water effects, transition speed, mouse speed. Audio is not going to do anything for me. Alright. So this was the game that first had the 360, I don't know what you would call this, like video files, or I don't know if this is like PNG and has video file overlaid on it, or if the whole thing is just a video file. Probably just PNG, actually. Or something. But, yeah, moving around like this now. It's true. Okay. That door's locked?
The other door.
Other door, okay. Alrighty then. Is this Riven? Yeah, that's Riven. Okay. Someone, thank you for responding so quickly to my request for Nara padlocks. As you know, security in whatever has become an important issue of late. Perhaps I'm overreacting, as Catherine suggests, but the idea that someone may have been sneaking into my study, reading all of my journals, disturbs me. After what happened to my library on Mist, after my own sons, Sirius and Akinar, destroyed so many of my books, I've come to realize how delicate the link is to my worlds. I've never been able to repair those burned books, the link to each age, and find out that the inhabitants survived. The padlocks won't change that situation, but they should ease my fear of trespassers considerably. Sincerely, Arthas, or whatever his name is. And pictures of his son. Same pictures of his son. Okay. With my throat. Go all day, no issues. Then suddenly I start streaming and it wants to act up.
Well, my friend, I see you found the Relishan book. Catherine tells me you've been here for some time. I'm sorry if I've kept you waiting. Since we'll be gone a few days, I needed to secure some of my things. And I also wanted to bring you this. It's a journal I kept while I was writing Relishan. I thought you might find it interesting to read about what I'd hoped to achieve, compared to what the age truly is. Well, just let me get my keys to unlock Relishan and we'll be off. Oh, and I'm interested in hearing what you've been up to in recent months. No! No! Relishan!
Okay. And I guess we're in hot pursuit, maybe. I guess the dude's just camped out there. Yep. And locked. About what I expected. Alright, so... probably shouldn't just be wandering about aimlessly like this. Should probably be taking stock, looking around, actually coming up with some intelligent decision here. Alright, so I believe we warped in here. What is this? Sort of thing here. Not quite sure what this is about. That looks vaguely important. So... okay, so that one is connected to that one, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Probably needs to be rotated, would be my guess, to face that one. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. So, quite some time ago, a long time ago, I think probably about the time this game came out, or, I don't know, maybe a few... Okay. So, a long time ago, the family bought a new gaming laptop, and this game actually came with it. I was unaware at the time that there was a third installment in the Smith series, and for some reason the game didn't really grab my attention quite the same way Riven and Mist did. I'm not entirely sure why. So I know almost nothing about this game. Which means I am going in this more or less blind. It looks like there's a path over there. Oh, I can go down this way. Okay, okay. Huh, that looks a little on the broken side. Oh, I see. Okay, there can be other things on these. Oh, that's for that? Is that all it does? Oh, I see there's an opening here. Interesting. Okay, so that sends that to blue. Why would it have been going to this one? It probably shouldn't be going this way. Alright, so that goes from there. Probably needs to hook this up to red. Alright. What is that? Suppose I can just turn this, see what happens. Might not actually be able to point to purple there. So this might not be the correct one. Wherever this... Oh, it's pointed over there. Okay, okay, so... Alright. Oh, hate sneezing. Why everything hurts now. Alright. Yes, I want to rotate the thing. I don't want to look through it. Okay, and that points to green. Okay, okay. Is this a valid path? It is. Okay. That's some sort of house thing here. And I can just open this door. Oh, it's an elevator. Is it an elevator? Okay, sure. Anything of interest over here? Oh, well, we have a door here. Let's explore the house a little bit more before we go out. You all right? Okay, we have another journal to read. Order pestle. What? Okay. That seems like a really weird thing to do, but sure, why not? Okay. I kind of somewhat feel like this is an important thing to note. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Just like a transparent ball has the exact same weight as 4 of the wooden balls, it looks like. I don't know if that's important. I'm gonna shove it in the notes. Might be important, might not be. Probably won't be. This looks like an elevator. Interesting. Apparently I can send it off without me. Okay. Not sure what that's about. You know what? Oh. Do that from here. Why do they have 2 handles, I wonder? Yep, totally.
Come to rescue your book so soon? Not yet, old friend. Not yet.
Okay. So I don't know what we just witnessed. Okay, so apparently this is locked. We can't go this way. Alright, well. Well, out this way we go. Okay, sure. Whatever. Oh, wait, what was that? Okay. Well, that creature's happy now. Oh, ladder. Okay. Okay, here's that green thing. There's nothing over there. I think this is supposed to go to there. Maybe. Nope, I want to turn it, not look through it. Okay, that seems correct. Okay. Now, I'm not sure who the player character is in this one. Like, the guy from Riven and Slash Mist. Well, he was cast into the void by that guy in Riven. So this is probably somebody else. Can I cross this way? I can. Okay, I didn't think I could. That simplifies things. Yes, light, bright. Let's not stare into that. Actually, no, that was probably what we wanted. Now that I think about it. Because it should be shining a light onto that. Somewhere. How do we get over there again? This way, okay. This way. Okay, fascinating. What does this mean? So I think it's projecting this color wheel on it so you can see what colors the different buttons represent. And now we're just going to need to find something that has the colors in it. Let's do a quick skim through. I highly doubt this is... Since we were just suddenly attacked, there's probably not a whole lot about this current place. Maybe? Yeah, I don't think this is the current area, so we'd have to rely on this. Alright, well... Okay, let's go ahead and just, I guess, start reading through this. I always feared this day would come. For years, Catherine and I have dreamed of restoring Dine, but we dedicated our lives to the task, taking it upon ourselves to locate the citizens of Dine and convince them to return to their ruined city and rebuild. Our dream has become the dream of so many now, and the process we have made towards achieving it is something of which we can all stand proud. But I know now that it has been a mistake. The city of Dine should not be restored. It should stand forever in ruins, as both a symbol of our past mistakes and memorial to all who lost their lives when Dine fell. The devastating events of recent months, the war on Taurahini, and the death of Uta in particular have driven this truth home to me. Cutie? That can't possibly be. Oh, that's a Q. Quite forcefully. Okay. It looks like a C. Oop. Damn it. Yeah, that looks like a C, so C-U-I-T-E. Cutie. But no, that's a Q, which means quite forcefully, which makes way more sense. If we rebuild the city walls today, we are not going... we are not giving approval to the very... Oh, that's not wording in my brain meets. If we rebuild the city walls today, we are not giving approval to the very illness that destroyed... Oh, are we not giving approval to the very illness that destroyed our civilization in the first place? Okay. We are not setting ourselves up to repeat that pattern again in future generations? Or are we not? Okay. I've put much thought into this tonight, and have found only one solution. If we, the men and women who survived the downfall of Danae, are to thrive, then we must break the pattern of hatred which has destroyed so many lives. We must begin our civilization anew, And we can only do that if I write us a new age. I've spoken with Catherine about this, and she agrees. I only hope the others will see it as well. All right. Will these people never cease to amaze me? I thought they would object to my decision. After all, most of them linked back to Danae specifically to see the city rebuilt. But when I told them why we should not restore it, the response was immediate and unanimous. Whereas yesterday they thought only of rebuilding, today they concentrate solely on salvage. They intend to take from their ruined city only that which is lost and move on. Or which is best and move on. Okay. Everywhere I look, the enthusiasm for this new task is obvious. It heartens me even as I face my own monumental contribution. I have written many ages in my lifetime, from my first timid attempts under the tyrannical tutelage of my father, to my most recent accomplishment. Avor 1? I'm guessing that's the name of something, someplace. Never before has so much been riding on my skill. The age I am about to write must be all I ever imagined it and more. How am I going to achieve it? Catherine laughed this morning when she saw me dragging out my old notebooks. I must have made quite the picture. Sitting near the embers of a fire, surrounded by countless commentaries and journals, some of them seemed more dust than paper, but the hours I spent shifting through them was worth it. Ideas for what this new age might be are tumbling around in my head. There are almost too many to catch hold of. Obviously, I must choose some starting point as my anchor. Writing ages is a science, a precisely structured equation of words. Every evocation needs its foundation and underlying concepts around which the age can develop. In the past, I have written my books around whatever idea intrigued me most at the time. I wanted to discover how the age to which the books linked would manifest the result of that idea. Sometimes civilizations had arisen, sometimes they had not. But whether a society had come to exist on the age or not, it was often in response to whatever concept the book I had written embodied. This time my search for a concept must be weighed very carefully. I already have the civilization I wish to see develop. I know our history as a people and the path we have followed to arrive here. Today, I must write a book which will link to an age that will allow us to continue on our way, growing ever stronger as one people. What underlying concept must this new age reflect that will best allow our civilization to thrive? I fear I must think on this some more. It has taken me some time, but I have found my anchor. It came to me as I was considering what I know about the survivors of Danae, as we have seen so much tragedy in our lives, from the destruction of the city to the suffering and loss of loved ones due to plague and depression. Yet even in the midst of these adversities, my kinsman and I have found the strength to keep going. We have tapped into our individual strength and transformed ourselves into something much stronger. It is a characteristic I have seen in several of my ages. Whenever I focused my writing on the inherent energy sources in the world, long ago, grandmother taught me that no possibility for life in an age exists without the presence of energy. By tapping into its latent energy sources, an age moves out of stasis. It grows, transforms, and develops. Energy is the underlying fuel that powers all activity. To put it more simply, energy powers future motion. Yet, as grandmother also liked to remind me, energy in an age takes on diverse forms. Each one has strengths and weaknesses of its own. How many forms will this new age contain? Which type will be its dominant theme? Tomorrow I will link back to Mist, and from there revisit several of my ages. Perhaps in my old worlds I will discover new ideas. I'd almost forgotten how painful it is to revisit Mist. In the 10 years since my sons Sirius and Akinar left me, trapped on Kiever Island, and burned so many of my books, Catherine and I have rarely linked back. I told myself we were always too busy, first with writing ages like Everon, then with searching the ages for Din survivors. I always said we would spend more time on Mist eventually. The truth is, I have been avoiding the age. Seeing the island in its current condition ignites such anger and grief. I am immediately reminded of the betrayal of my sons, as well as the cruelty and greed with which they plundered my ages. I know I am partly responsible for these acts. I constantly wonder if there were something I could have done to reach out to the boys before. Enough. Nothing can change the tragedies of the past. Like my Dene kinsman, I must salvage what is best and move on. Perhaps in the process I will find forgiveness and hope. Once again, I am back on Mist Island, having completed a lengthy sojourn through several of my ages. The trip itself was not as inspiring as I'd hoped. The Centric Age, it's a name. Okay, Centric Age was especially disturbing, but has not always been so. The very first time I linked to the age, its uninhabited landscape was shaking with tremors. At the time, I felt it was because the energy in the age was unfocused, as if it were at war with itself. Stability finally came, but even after it did, I never truly felt comfortable there. I missed the more natural balance of ages like Channelwood. Perhaps that is the lesson to take home with me. The Dene, too, have faced much turmoil in their history. Their lives have been unsettled enough. Perhaps I should be striving to offset the energy that already exists within our civilization by providing it with a more stable or streamlined environment in which to grow. An environment in which the natural equilibrium of the world serves as a counterpoint to the upheavals of civilization. The more I consider it, the more I wonder if I should make nature the foundation of this new age. Worlds like Channelwood attained equilibrium quite easily, primarily because of one reason. Nature encourages mutual dependencies. As one life withers and dies, it provides nourishment so that another might live. Plants become food for other animals, and the waste products that animals cannot absorb become nutrients to sustain the other plants. So long as nothing intrudes upon this balance, nature can maintain itself indefinitely. An interesting metaphor to set as an example for my people. I think I will confer with Catherine on this subject. Her ages always exhibit symbiosis more dramatically than mine. Perhaps she should help write this new age. Perhaps she should help me write this new age. I am so tired. I can barely think right now, but I will force myself to stay focused, for I have not written anything in days. The moment I linked back to Dene, I was besieged with requests for my assistance. Master Taman wanted to consult over which stone cutters were worth salvaging, and did I think the rock in the new age would be difficult to sound. Oma and Alice needed my opinion about a new history they had uncovered. Should they hold off on starting its translation, or would paper supplies be scarce in the new age? There were so many questions needing answers. I barely had time to see Catherine. I mean, they're not going to cut themselves off from Danae, like, permanently, are they? Like, it seems, if I was to build it, like, the new age would have just a publicly available linking book that anybody could use to get back to Danae to pick up whatever supplies that they might need from the ruins. Like, so that really shouldn't be that shouldn't be a concern. I mean, sure, transporting large quantities of material through books probably would be difficult, but I bet they would come up with something. Anyway, she of course laughed at my dilemma, saying that I had no one to blame but myself. After all, I was the one who encouraged the Danae to start over. Naturally, they would look at me to keep them moving in the right direction, unless some other force stepped in to change that view. Her words made me realize a fundamental principle I had thus far been ignoring. All this time, I had been debating whether to make energy or nature the underlying framework for this age. There is another equation to consider. An age based solely on the future motion of energy will face constant upheavals, most likely at the cost of tranquility. And an age based solely on the mutual dependencies of nature can become so balanced over time it may cease to tolerate change. Yet to continue to grow as a people, Danae civilization needs both. Occasional upheavals followed by periods of balance stability. I've seen such situations occur naturally on several of my ages. Each time it was because I centered the writing around some dynamic force that I had decided to make prevalent in the age. Such forces allowed the balance between forward motion and mutual dependencies to fluctuate. As one concept takes precedence, the other recedes until another force surfaces to change things. As Catherine's insightful comment reminded me, dynamic forces spur change. I am too tired to think more on this tonight. Hopefully, in the morning, my thoughts will coalesce. Catherine surprised me today. Apparently, while I was off visiting my ages, she linked to Mist by herself. She did not say so, but I could tell that her visit had been painful. More than ever now, I am convinced we must find a place to begin again ourselves. Perhaps when I have written this new age for the I will put some thought into where Catherine and I might live. I cannot believe I did not see it before. All this time, I have been struggling to describe the perfect age for the Danae. I have considered and then rejected several underlying concepts which I felt might best set the course for the future, as if I alone should determine how the Danae civilization will grow. In my own way, I have become as egotistical as my father. In truth, I owe this realization to Catherine. Okay. In truth, I owe this realization to Catherine. Sensing my indecision about the new age, she led me on a walk around Danae's salvaging efforts, where people underway, with teams of people scouring the ruined harbor district. As I watched my Danae kinsmen deciding which parts of their culture to retain, I realized that they do not need me to determine their future. They are quite capable of setting its course by themselves, regardless of what age I write. This realization has opened my eyes to the best way of approaching my task. I no longer need to worry about which underlying concept, energy, nature, or dynamic force I should make prevalent in the age. Rather, I must strive to include them all. I must write a balance of systems into the descriptive book, enough so that the Danae people will constantly be challenged to attain their ultimate potential. As grandmother often pointed out to me when we spoke about ages back on Mist, balanced systems simulate civilizations. Or stimulate civilizations. Okay. At least I feel I am ready to begin writing this age. Indeed, I am eager to begin and have already come up with the perfect name. I know grandmother would have loved it. Of course, Catherine could tell the moment I turned to her that I had finally found my starting point. I babbled on excitedly for some time before I noticed the smile she was hiding. When I saw it enough to grow suspicious, she handed me one of my oldest age books. She must have picked it up when she linked back to Miss. Seeing the name Johannan in embroidered, I don't know, on the book cover, or emboldened on the book cover. That makes most sense. I could only shake my head. The one age I never got around to revisiting was the one that might have helped me the most. How foolish was I to have completely forgotten it. I think after I finish this work I should take one final trip, if only to help restore an old fool's memories. Okay, that's it for that book. I've done it. I have used his swirling linking book to follow him. I touched my palm to its glowing panel and felt tangling begin. There was a sudden sickening lurch inside my stomach. Then I fell into the page. This has happened before. I know it. It happened the first time I came to this place when I followed the murdering sons from Naren. It happened when I used his hidden books. And it happened when I finally opened the machine. Right before the fog first ate my mind. The fog didn't find me this time. When I opened my eyes, I was alone in a room. I was standing in the home of my betrayers. I couldn't move. I was afraid. I thought they'd know that I had come and would be waiting for me. Just like they had waited inside this very tusk. I was afraid they would tie me up again. That the person or poison snakes would strike. But the silence was unbroken. The whole house was still, and without really knowing what I did, I started to search every room, every floor, every cabinet. I found his journals, just never-ending journals. I found the book that brought me back to the world, the lesson world he calls it. What he calls Jannaman? Oh, there's something, my love. How long have I been trapped here? How much of my life has been eaten by the fog? The face sea in the lagoon isn't one I remember ever wearing. It's so much older, so much more savage. But it is me. It is Avrado. Okay. And I remember what they did, how they led my people to death. I have returned several times now to that place. I am searching for some sign of his sons. I was certain they would run back to their father, but so much time has passed, so many years in which to forget about my people. Is what happened? Is that what happened, Atros? Safe in your beautiful new home, enjoying life with your dear wife and family? Did you become so busy envisioning new worlds that you forgot the ones you already created? I must be very careful. I must not let them know that I am free. I will read what journals I can find to figure out where his two sons are hiding, and when I've found the sons again, when I've got the whole family together, I'll bring them down. Artus and his family will suffer the way I have suffered for years. Sirius and Akinar are not in there. Every day I become more and more convinced. Artus' sons are not there. What happened, Artus? Did you grow tired of them the way you tired of That place. Did you abandon them the way you abandoned my people behind your shield? It does not matter. I can still take revenge against their father. Now that I am no longer stuck on there, I can avenge all the dead in my world. I have already reopened his other books. I've begun making changes in those worlds using his own lessons against him. There is still much work to be done, but eventually I will lure him into this task. I'll find some way to make him follow me here from there. For now, I will concentrate on the orbiter. It is not a natural part of this world. The material that creates it is like nothing I've ever seen, or nothing I've seen. It reminds me just a little of the shield, and if it is the same material, it can't be damaged. But perhaps it can damage the other devices. No, it can't be true. Surely his journals deceive me. He says he brought them back. He says he's given his Denari brethren new life, but how? How can one man have so much power? How can one man's writings reawaken a dead world? I don't know what this means. By all that is sacred, what can it mean? It doesn't change a thing. I can still continue as I planned. I can still seek revenge for my people. I will make my enemies suffer by the weaving whatever. This changes everything. I found a way to reprogram his scanning device. It requires scavenging parts from another mechanism in the tusk, but I think the gears I leave can be operated by hand. But I think the gears I leave can still be operated by hand. Okay. It is finished. All is ready for Artris' arrival. Tonight I will sleep among the ghosts. Then tomorrow I will link into there. When I link out, I'll be carrying his book. May the spirits of my people serve to guide me in this. Bunch of blank pages. Okay. How do I close this? Like, seriously, how do I close this? I did it before. Okay, there we go. So, nothing on this mechanism here. This is for a later time, I guess. That's ominous. Something about to happen? So what happens if we flip this the other way? The answer is apparently nothing. Okay, this doesn't open up any more than it already is. I wonder why those were toggled to begin with. Especially since I can't toggle them back. What's behind here? Oh, right, that's the way in. Okay, well... Not... Right, that's where we found his journal. Right, that's this weird toy thing. I don't know. Didn't miss anything over here, did I? Oh, I did. There's a... Well, there's a door here, but it doesn't look like there's any way to get to it at this time. Okay. Have this over here. Can't do anything with that. Still locked. About what I had assumed. He doesn't seem to be pacing in there anymore. And we got that egg-shaped thing. Not sure what that's about. Well, I mean, we can go back up the elevator. We can find something up there. Are a series of color things in here? Doesn't really look like it. I have no idea what the deal is with the cage thing that spins around. That's a little weird to me. Oh, you know what? I think this is the other side of that door. Interesting. So... okay. If I could open this door here, then I could lower the elevator and just walk through, but, for some reason I can't open this door from this side, so... I don't know what the deal is. well, nothing here that I can do. So, to open that door, we clearly need to go through the elevator there to open it, but I'm not sure how we open that door. Is this creature still going at it? It is. I don't think anything I'm doing is affecting it. It just seems to be doing stuff there. No idea. Okay. Oh. Wait, what? I can move this way. Oh, I see. There's gonna be like a ladder or something like that, like a rope ladder that lowers down here, and this is how I'd get to it. What? Now this is kind of interesting. Let's go see what's making that noise. Could just be the wind whistling through the rocks. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just wind whistling through the rocks. Okay. Oh, okay. So the sound of that creature over there caused these things to swell up. Okay, now I can get to this door. Uh-huh. Okay. Anything in this journal about this device here? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, well, I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this might actually be somewhat important at some point. Actually, I should probably take one, too, of that coded door thing. Okay. Alright. Take a screenshot of this. You know what? I just realized the colors on this door. So if we follow the path of light, there's colors on each one of these. So this would be the first one. Let's take a screenshot of that. First one. Oop. Shrink this down here. First one goes to blue. Actually, wait, blue's over this way here. Goes to blue. Zoom in a bit. This to here. Okay. Blue goes to green. Green is on the other side. How do I get there again? Actually, wait. Yeah, okay, I remember now. I remember. Okay, and then this way. Green. I don't know why screenshots are so large like this, but when I import them from like Paint or something like that, they are significantly smaller and more manageable. Okay. Yeah, so green or yellow, green, or yellow, blue, green. And then we have, I think red's next. Yeah, it is red. Red. Yeah, okay, those are connected. I don't think these are quite the right size. There we go. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so yellow? Yellow's next? Oh, that's unexpected. Indeed, yellow is next. Okay. Would not have occurred to me that the same one could occur more than once, but apparently that is the case. Here. Okay. And then we have purple. I believe. Yep, purple. Okay, and purple comes red again, it looks like. And then this is the last one. Yep, okay. And then we have red yet again. Okay, and then this would go here. And then this would kind of go here. Let's move that there. Okay, so... So I think that's our color combination. Right up here. This way, right? No, how do I get over there? Here we go. Okay. So this would be yellow, blue. So yellow, blue, green, red, and yellow, purple, red. Oh. Okay, so we have another one of these things. Okay, that is interesting. How does this compare to the other one here? The symbol in the center is the exact same. I kind of expected them to be different. But that is not the case, apparently. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to connect these up here just so that I can keep track of them. Actually, I'm going to redo these arrow things. So I've been locking them to specific locations, and I think free-flowing, kind of like how I did here, is probably going to be best. So this to from here to here, this 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 from here to here. Wait, what? Why can't you... Why isn't it showing it on the stream? I never started the automatic scene switcher. Okay, well, I guess better late than never. Okay, so you guys haven't even been able to... haven't been seeing what I've been keeping my notes on. Okay, so... Alright, so we have the screenshot of the scales. Not sure if that's ever going to be important. We have the screenshot of the one thing. I should probably actually take another screenshot outside of it so I can link them together so I kind of have a better idea of where they are. And I have a screenshot of the entire chain here going to here. And then this here is obviously the inside of what's on the other side of that door. Okay, well... I feel like that might be important. Link these up here. It's down to about the same size. Is there a snap to grid thing? 2 points. Alright, whatever. I don't know. Okay. Let's go look at that other one. Take a screenshot of the outside so I kind of differentiate them a bit more easily. Connect them here, like so. Okay. Okay. This one does not have a design on the door, but it has a green light. I don't know if that's going to be important in any way. Just connect these together. Okie dokie. Okay, so that's one giant tusk thing with the door. It's two giant. The window is just above the door. There's a giant tusk thing over here with a window there. And I wonder if there's a door underneath that window. It's possible that there is, but I don't see it. Maybe it needs to be raised, or maybe there's some way to go down there. I'm not seeing a door. Doesn't mean that there isn't one, just I don't see one. There's a ladder over there. Oh. Interesting. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, okay, I think I get it. So this one needs to be raised. Like this. Okay. Things out of the way. We got a ladder there. Oh, okay. Let's get a screenshot of the outside of this. Because I get the feeling we're going to have another one of these, and I want to be able to easily tell them apart. Whoops, thing flipped on me. Try this again. I don't know why that flipped on me, but it did. Okay, and now we go inside. Oh! Huh. That might make things a little more difficult. Well, I'll take a screenshot of the light there. Can't see what's behind the door, but that's fine, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna rework the arrows yet again. Oh, it's saving. Yeah, having it like this is a little confusing, so I'm gonna use it. No, I'm not putting text on the thing, so we're gonna use a different kind of arrow here. We're gonna use this arrow. Or, no, we're gonna use this kind of arrow, but we're gonna do this style, maybe? Yeah, this style of arrow. There we go. It's a little bit better. Nope. I want to delete that. Oh. Not sure quite what that was about. There we go. Okay. Getting this program kind of somewhat figured out. Okay. Now we can save that and do this. Okay. Alrighty then, so... Well... Not sure why you'd want to do that. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure, whatever. I can't interact in any way with any of that. You know, it just occurred to me that cage might actually catch on the door and force it closed. That might be what that's about. I wonder what happens if I just leave the door open when I push this button. It closes. Okay. Kinda figured it would, but you never know. So, then why does it engage again and come down? Don't know, maybe that is the puzzle here. It actually looks like it's meant to grip the outside of the... Okay, and you can manipulate this from the outside. Huh. Okay, okay, okay. That might turn the entire elevator around. Which would explain why it engages both going up and coming back down. Okay. Okay, this is looking a lot like stuff in his journal here. Okay, so... this one needs to be down. These need to be at 1 each, and then that one needs to be all the way down, I believe. this needs to be here. This needs to be engaged like so. And what does this do? Oh, wait, what? Okay, so one needs to be like that, two need to be like that. But which one is which? Actually, you know what? Nah, we don't need to take a picture of it. Uh, okay, so thread it out, thread it out, thread it in. Threaded in. Okay. Okay, so there we go. That worked. Alrighty then. So he has managed to escape. Interesting that I have to close that door first. But now this is unlocked, so we can just wander in here.
My sons, I promise to teach you the secrets of my ages. This world is the first step on your journey. Search the island, and you'll find 3 linking books. Each connects to an age in which you must fulfill.
Hello, Atreus. Been a long time. Sorry I'm not there to greet you in person, but I just didn't think it would be wise, considering how long I've been stuck here. Trapped in these lesson ages by 2 very greedy little boys. Your sons, Atreus, Cirrus, and Achenar. Of course, they're not so little anymore, not so innocent. I thought a lot about innocence these last few years and what happens when it gets lost. Worried about relation? I have it. Worried about friends, relatives, people you can't get back. I know just how you feel. But if you want to do something about it, you're gonna have to open this device. And there's just one problem. I've changed the 3 symbols that do that. So if you want to reclaim relation, you're gonna have to take your own class. Find the 3 symbols, Atris. And don't keep me waiting forever.
All right. Oh, I can move the camera around. Oh, I see. Okay. So... Oh! That is the wrong way. I wonder how precise I need to be with this. What color is this? Well, I guess we don't really need to know. Wrong way. It's really hard to tell just how well this is overlapped. Oh, I'm gonna call that. Okay, the next one. That actually looks pretty good. Oh, I got these mixed up here. Whoops. That's the wrong thing for that to connect to. There we go. Okay. And then this one probably shouldn't have anything, considering it's... Oh, it does have something here. That looks pretty spot on. Alright, well... I don't think I really need that one. Okay, so... Actually, it just kind of occurred to me that that one's maybe, like... down. Like, there might be some way to get to its thing still. Oh well. Whatever, we'll do that one last, I guess. Probably unnecessary to mess with that. Oh, I have to put in the code again. Okay. Yellow, blue, green. Yellow, blue, green. Red, yellow, purple. Red, yellow, purple, red. Okay, so... now, I just need to look over here. It's this one. Put this up on the other monitor so I can easily just... Whoop, didn't mean to do that. So it's at this point here. No, the other one is here. This one is about here-ish. Then the next one, about here-ish. And then this one is about here-ish. Okay, I guess that was wrong. Let's go see if the other one is correct. Okay. That there. That there. That there. Oh no, wait. This one like here-ish. And then this one here. That one was correct at least. Oh. Okay, well, before I do that... Before we do that, I want to get that other one working. That other one set up. Well... Maybe... Maybe we will do this one. Okay. I'm gonna move this back onto the screen here. So it shows me there's a book over there. Guessing the book is over there. Looks like it's way over there. Okay. Interesting staircase. What? Okay, sure. Here's the book. Not yet sure why this bird is important, but apparently it is for something. Okay. You're gonna need them like that. Wait, what? So we got multiple books here. Okay, well that apparently takes me back. Wait. This was the staircase thing that I came up on, wasn't it? That's not a second one, it's this one I was on before. Or maybe that one was. It's hard to tell. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, it's a different one. I can't go anywhere that way. Yeah, no, so that's a different linking book entirely. So we got two linking books. That one must take me back to somewhere else, whereas the one above takes me back to where I came in from. Okay, well, that's interesting. I can see the book from here. So I'm guessing I eventually need to figure out how to get to that book. So what am I supposed to see through here? Can't go up any higher than that. Can I mess with this in any way? Looks like that's connected to that plant, so if I can trigger that somehow. Yeah, so it looks like that one is full of something, which is causing that to be like that. But if I come over here, this one is not full of anything, so it is not like that at all. Okay, and if I come up here, look through the thing, I can see that this is connected up over there. And I have no idea where it goes from there. But most likely I have to get that thing to open up and release its contents. Fill up that cup thing. And then this ladder, or the stairs, will become functional. What was that? Okay, it was nothing. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Guessing the bird has something to do with what it is that I need to do, though. I'm not sure what. The only thing that seems to allow me to do is see that there's a book there. possible that what I need for this is not in this world. And then I'll need to pick it up from some other world and bring it here. The fact that they give me easy access to the way back makes me think that it's quite probable that I don't have what I need yet. No, I need to go this way. Because this is a difficult shape to just line up. I don't know, maybe that's it. Doesn't quite feel right, honestly, but I have no idea. Maybe I can do something more with the focus here. You know, that's got to be the focus. Okay, let's try this one. That was an interesting sound. And then I have to do the musical, or the thing again. You know, why don't I just write it down? That'd probably be a good idea, actually. Okay, so this would be yellow, blue, green, red, yellow, purple, red. Yellow, blue, green, red. So yellow, blue, green, red. Yellow, purple, red. Yellow, purple, red. Alright, so the outer one is here-ish. Next one is like here-ish. This one is like here-ish. And then this one's here-ish. Got it. Okay. You know what? Let's do screenshots of these books, actually. And connect them from here to here. Over slightly. It's here. There we go. That way I can kind of figure out which book is behind which door. Not that I think I'm actually going to forget, but you never know. Well, maybe it's out here. Well, that looks interesting. Okay, so this needs a second file, it looks like. This is the way back. Okay. Where does this go? It's coming back to me slowly, the knowledge of who I am. Do I have to leave that there, or... Okay, no, it was added to this. It's coming back to me slowly, the knowledge of who I am. How long have I been trapped here? So much of it is blurry, whole blocks of time still floating in the fog that eats my mind. But if I concentrate, I get pieces of it back. It was the dream that first helped me remember. I was lying in the reeds near the dusk. I don't know. I don't know for how long or how I got here. Near the tusk. Oh, it must be referring to those big tusk-like buildings. That makes sense. I don't know how long or how I got here. I'm staring at the sky, seeing a man grow out of the cliff. First his head, then his shoulders, then his torso. Sunlight rims his body like a halo. I cannot move. I think that death has finally come for me. The man stands on the cliff with a book in his hand, staring down at the lagoon, as if something made him sad. I wanted to call out to him, to tell him it was me he's come to find, but my mouth is dry. I can't remember any words. And before I think to stand, he opens his book, puts his hand on the page, and fades to dust. I thought he was a dream. It was only later, hours or weeks later, that I find his swirling book atop the cliff, and when I reach down to grab it, it reels. Well, it is real. Okay. Fog tried to swallow me then and there, but I held on to the firm reality of the book and did not let it. I did not let the numbness steal my mind. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what's in here. The answer is a locked door. I can do little about. Okay, this looks somewhat important. Though I suspect it's not the key to a puzzle, but rather when whatever these things are activated, it'll light up lines going to this, and then once they're all activated, it will light up lines going to that, I believe. Let's go up here, see what we got up here. Okay, so I can open a dam, it looks like. I may regret having done that. This is another one that requires 2 vials, it looks like, to open. Or that's... I don't really understand how that mechanism works there. Okay. Either some sort of platform or valve. So that's roughly where this center is. Well, it's not really a valve, as that's... like, there's openings on the top, so it's not going to stop anything that way. Oop. So... can't go around to look at it. Well, whatever. Probably something that needs to be left in a raised state. I'll figure out what it's for later. Okay. Alright, let's continue on this way. Interesting. Now, before I go that way, let's see what's down here. Oh. Alright, I have no idea what that's for. Oh, we got ladder here, maybe? More pages. Whoops, damn it. Okay. The cavern wall is almost ready for weeks. I have been polishing it, rubbing away all at the cracks to obtain a smooth surface. Haven't been able to sleep much these last weeks. I was afraid I might never wake up. But if I can make him see all that happened, if I can show him the pain his family caused, it will be worth it. Tomorrow I begin mixing the paints. Okay, so those two plus that. Not sure what that means. Okay. What's over here? I'm kind of lost now. A little bit. Well, let's see where it goes, I guess. Used to be a dead end. Oh, I think this is the other side of that door. It is. Okay. So it's down here. Okay. This looks like a hatch, but I probably don't want to open it as that looks a little spicy. This almost looks like some sort of diving vessel. Alright, well, let's see what this is this way now. Is this an elevator? It's an elevator. Maybe it's an elevator? Seems to be an elevator, but doesn't have any power. What happens if I just turn them all on? Nothing. Well, I could probably easily brute force this, whatever this is, assuming that it's actually meant to be a puzzle, because it's just like 3 factorial, so it's 3 times 2. Well, no. Wouldn't be 3 factorial, would it? I mean, this can... That's essentially binary, so this is 2 to the 3rd power. Which is 1, 2, 4, so 7 different combinations? You know what? Let's treat this like a binary number. So we got 0. 0 doesn't do anything. We got 1. No. How about 2? 2 do anything? No. How about 3? No. Next up was 4. 4, 5, 6, Turn this one off, though. At 6. And we've already tried 7. Okay. So whatever this is, it's probably dependent on me, like, pumping a fluid through it, which is not currently active. Or fluid comes from this center column here. I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh, the bridge is broken. That's interesting. Okay, well, I have no idea. Alright, that's the way back. 'Tis the coward's way out. Might have to go back. I'm not sure I can actually do anything here now. Looks like there might have been a path here at one point, but there isn't any more. It's not a ladder? Okay. Okay. So far, the only thing we've really been able to affect is this gate here, which is allowing water to come into the system. Another one of these hatches that looks like I can't open it. That, I don't know what that's for. Can't seem to do anything with that. It's got to be something we can do now because of the water. I don't know. Hmm. So it looks like this might be another one of those hatches, but like this hatch, no, I can't open it from this side. I was thinking the little tab thing there would stop me from opening it, but that's not the case. Though there could still be one on the other side here that is stopping me from opening it. Oh, I can climb back up in it. Okay. Probably shouldn't have it like that. I guess it is, anyway. Well, I have absolutely no idea what I need to do. I think I want to take a break. So I might just stop here for now, and we'll pick up on this later. What is this here? Do anything with this? Doesn't really look like it. I don't know. Aimlessly wandering, and I'm kind of tired, so I think I might just stop here for now. We'll come back at this. Come back for this some time later. Okay, cool. Yep. So thank you for watching. I don't know when I'm going to stream again. Probably tomorrow. Who knows? Anyway, have a good evening.